Leo, welcome back to the channel. Monica LUVE here at the Love Messages. So today we're going to be doing your reading for the month of October. Now this is going to be a general reading, so it may resonate, it may not. If it does resonate with you, there will be a link in the description box for the extended. So Leo, in this reading, I'm going to be taking a look at past, present, and future for you. I'm going to clarify the cards and pull some advice. Okay, so your challenge here is the Hierophant in reverse. And what you don't see coming, the Six of Pentacles upright. So for you, Leo, your biggest challenge here is the Hierophant in reverse. Now, the Hierophant in reverse could be talking about not wanting a commitment or not seeing the potential here for a commitment. For many of you, there could be an energy of you falling out of a commitment, possibly. Maybe there's some sort of challenge here with that. I just saw 9:22 on the clock. You're going to want to check out what 9:22 means for you in angel numbers to get a bigger picture on why your challenge may be the Hierophant in reverse. Now, in the recent past, you have the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. There was some sort of beautiful new beginning that happened for you in the past, which I feel was connected to your love life. And this was definitely connected to some sort of major realization here that was a part of your destiny. We're going to talk about this. We're going to get more information on that for you in a moment. In the present moment, you have the Four of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, and you have the Tower. In the present moment, the reason why someone here is acting like they're not interested or they are disconnected from feeling love with you, okay, or vice versa, is because something here is not stable. And one of the things that I've been really strongly getting within all readings, not only your reading, but I did a reading for Aries, did a reading for Scorpio, and it's very similar to this. So you could have a Scorpio moon, you could have a rising Leo, you could be a Leo sun. There's something here about the fixed signs. Scorpio's here in the present moment. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio, maybe a Capricorn, maybe a Cancer. Something here is not stable in the present moment, and it's calling for your attention. It's calling to recognize or realize what it's going to take to bring some sort of stability into a situation that's become unstable. Now, the reading's not going to resonate with all of you. For some of you, you still have some work to do here, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to get some more information on that for you in a moment. In the near future, you have the Two of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and you have the Seven of Swords in reverse. So Seven of Swords and High Priestess is in reverse. So there's some sort of realization in the near future that you're no longer in this place of not trusting anymore. You're no longer in this place of blaming other people or, expecting these people not to be honest with you. You have really changed and grown, Leo, in the near future is what it's showing me. And you're no longer needing to maybe rely on tarot readings, or you're no longer needing to rely on the intuitive energy. It's like you just know now, right? So there's a choice or decision here, okay, about trust issues, about moving to the next level here. And one of the things that I feel in the near future with you, with the Seven of Swords in reverse, I'm going to give you an example. It's like when somebody assumes that someone's lying or cheating, or somebody isn't being honest, instead of looking at why that person's cheating or why that person may be lying to you, I think a lot of you are looking at yourselves now and seeing how you can change a situation by how you approach it. And this is a very mature energy, right? A lot of us don't reach that. A lot of us just get into this place of assuming that someone's lying or cheating, but there could be a reason why somebody is doing that. And I think what you're realizing now is you're no longer assuming things anymore. You are choosing maybe to move on to a higher level, higher frequency when it comes to that. And this is major growth. When the Seven of Swords and High Priestess is in reverse, it's like I'm growing out of this energy of assuming somebody's lying or assuming someone's not being honest. And I'm saying to myself, well, how am I approaching the situation? If I approach the situation differently, maybe I'm going to get a different outcome. Okay. And this is why what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Six of Wands in reverse and the Six of Pentacles. Many of you are realizing in terms of what you don't see coming that, just because you're generous with someone and just because you're giving to someone doesn't mean it's going to lead to success. What you realize is that, hey, maybe I need to get clear on, whether or not this person's deserving of my energy and time, because you're a Leo. I'm going to tell you how Leo functions. Leo is a sun. Leo is constantly giving. They're very generous in giving. But one of the reasons why, most of your relationships haven't worked out or things have not been stable is because you've given to the wrong people or you've given to the wrong situation. And I think you're taking a step back here, especially in the near future, to realize, whether or not someone from your past, because some of you are not completely done with someone from your past or certain people from your past, and you're realizing or recognizing that, hey, I need to be really careful who I'm being generous with, because not every relationship or every person I'm generous, it's not going to always lead to the success that I'm looking for. So this is about you being calculating, okay, with your resources and your energy, okay? So let's get into your reading and let's see what's going on for you, Leo. Okay, let's clarify the Hierophant in reverse. The Hierophant in reverse is clarified by the Queen of Cups. You have the Four of Swords and you have the Eight of Wands. I feel like your biggest challenge here is to really recognize the viewpoint of the person that you're dealing with. I do feel like in the present moment, and this isn't going to resonate with all of you, it's for those of you who need the reading. If you're looking for a commitment and you want a commitment and it hasn't been happening or it hasn't happened yet, it is in the process of happening. But the Hierophant in reverse is a test. And I'm going to tell you how you can overcome this test very easily, very swiftly, in fact. There's two important things that I mentioned, particularly in your last reading. I mentioned vulnerability and I mentioned communication, and I'm mentioning that now. For many of you, this is about being vulnerable. And a lot of you have a hard time doing this. A lot of you may have a hard time expressing your emotions, expressing how you feel. A lot of you may have a hard time expressing your story in general. And we all have stories. We all have experiences that we've gone through. So your biggest challenge here is to get a commitment or receive a commitment or be in a commitment. And you're meant to have a commitment. This is what you're meant to do. You're meant to give love and you're meant to be in love. So your biggest challenge here is to communicate your story, to communicate where you come from, what you experienced, what you went through, and what you're looking to move towards. This is about being vulnerable, okay? Who is vulnerable? The sign of Cancer, okay? The sign of Pisces, the sign of Scorpio. They tend to be very much connected to their emotions and they usually don't have a hard time expressing it. So this is about you looking at your emotional cup of love. This is about expressing the type of love that you're looking for, because the only true way to truly enter into a commitment and for it to be successful is to say, you know what, I do love you. I do want to spend time with you. These are the things that I really enjoy when I'm with you. These are the things that I want to experience with you. That's vulnerability. And sometimes, Leo, you come across as someone who's extremely strong. You don't need help from anybody. You are someone who can do it on your own, and that's great and beautiful. But to have a true commitment is to rely and be reliant on not only yourself, but also on your partner, because that's what creates trust. It creates a real bond. It creates love, right? And whoever this person is that you are contemplating or thinking of being in a commitment with, some of you are saying, oh, I don't need to get married to them, or I don't need to be in a commitment with them. But this is what solidifies a partnership, to be able to be open and trusting of one another. So your biggest challenge here is to communicate what you want, to be vulnerable, to not be afraid to open up about your emotions, because that's what leads to true healing. That's what leads to healing a relationship, past trauma, present trauma. And that's what's going to lead to the Hierophant going upright instead of being in reverse. Because I think a lot of you want that commitment. And by the way, commitment or talks about commitment are very strong here now. A lot of people are getting married. A lot of people are getting divorced now, because with the solar eclipse happening in Libra, it's shedding light on relationships. It's showing you whether or not a relationship is real or fake. Is it real or is it fake? Is this real or is it fake? Are we meant to be together or are we not meant to be together? And relationships that are not meant to be together, they're going to fall apart now. And relationships that are meant to be together, they're going to come together and they're going to be successful. So that's going to be a big part of your challenge. Now, let's talk about the recent past. Let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Something beautiful happened here in the past that was a part of your destiny. So the Wheel of Fortune is clarified by the Four of Wands, you have the High Priestess, and you have the Nine of Swords. So in the recent past, there was a lot of anxiety and fear connected to a relationship or to love or being in a relationship. And intuitively, you realized that you didn't have control over this situation. You didn't have control over whether or not you were going to be with this person, get married to them. Something just naturally happened the way it needed to. I feel like you moved towards new love here in the recent past after you were in this place of isolation or feeling alone. There could have been a new beginning in love or a renewal of love with a particular person that you really had a connection here with. The Moon, the Knight of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles. For many of you, there could have been somebody here who left you or disconnected from you, and you moved on very quickly. You moved on to a new beginning, and you moved on to this new beginning secretly. I don't think that you really advertised this or let everybody know, but you realized, you know what? My happiness is most important. My love is important. I want somebody who loves me and truly wants to be with me. And this is what led to a new beginning. A lot of you said, you know what? I'm just going to have a new beginning. You came to a realization that an ending needed to happen in the past in order for you to have this new beginning in love, to realize and recognize that true love that comes into my life is worthy of my time and energy if I feel it, if I feel like this is for me. And this is why the Wheel of Fortune was here, because this new beginning that you had, whether with a new person or a past person, was a part of your destiny. It was something that you were meant to go through. Okay. And you learned a lot from this in the past. Now, in the present moment, there's a Tower. Something here is not stable. Okay, we're going to talk about it. And it could be because somebody here is not expressing their feelings or their emotions, and it could be bothering you or this person. Tell me more about the Tower in the present moment. Why is it here for Leo? What do they need to know? So the Tower is clarified by the Two of Pentacles. You have the King of Swords and you have the Three of Pentacles. So in the present moment, and I did get this for Scorpio, so some of you are dealing with a Scorpio. I feel like in the present moment, someone wants clarity. They want clarity on whether or not you're going to work things out with them, whether or not you're going to collaborate and come together. There's a bit of this indecisive energy in the present moment. And this could be the reason why the Hierophant's in reverse, because as much as you want this commitment with this person or they want it with you, there still could be some sort of reason why it's not happening. And there could be a conflict about change here, about still feeling single or still not feeling recognized within a relationship or a connection. Tell me more about the Four of Cups in the present moment for Leo. What is it that they need to know in the present moment? So the Four of Cups is clarified by the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. So in the present moment, there's inconsistencies when it comes to emotional love, emotional availability. So some of you, again, this could be you or your person, take it as it resonates, but one of you has trust issues because the other one isn't always there. There's this constant in and out energy. There's this constant energy of inconsistency in love. So when someone, and I feel like this could be your person, when they offer love to you, it's not consistent. Or when you offer love to them, it's not consistent because someone here is over analyzing or overthinking the connection in the present moment, which is leading to trust issues. The Seven of Swords is here twice. And by the way, the Seven of Swords has been throughout your reading for the whole year. It's been like your best friend in your reading, and it's here twice. So this is indicating, and this is why your challenge has a lot to do with the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Cups, because some of you are running away from your feelings instead of expressing them and saying, hey, this is what I feel, or, you know, hey, is this how you feel? You know, there's trust issues. How can we work on these trust issues? How can we look at our relationship and reevaluate where we're going with this relationship? Because it's almost like someone here doesn't want to talk about it. And this is a common theme I'm getting for everybody for October, because October is that solar eclipse in Libra. What is Libra all about? Astrologically, Libra is all about relationships. It's all about coming together. It's about marriage. It's about partnerships. And if we're not clear on what we want within our partnerships and we just go along things without really creating some sort of expectation, which is what you want in the present moment, and we sweep it under the rug, well, this is what creates the Tower moment. This is what creates the trust issues, okay? And the thing is with our culture today, it's kind of like, I don't need to get married. I don't need to commit to somebody. I don't need to do all that. Well, why? It's because you're afraid of getting hurt. It's because you're afraid that it won't work out. You're afraid that, oh, the divorce rate's high, right? We always get that response, oh, the divorce rate's high, so I don't want to get married. So this is about talking about those insecurities, because I think in the present moment, what you truly want, Leo, is you want a long-term commitment. Some of you are moving towards a long-term commitment in the present moment, and you've already dealt with these insecurities. And here's the thing. The reason why some of you come on the reading and you say that doesn't resonate is because you've already been through that. You're one step ahead of everybody else. You're one step ahead of the collective. And all of us are on different levels and frequencies. So we're not all going to be on the same frequency. When everybody resonates with the reading, it means that's your tribe. That's the group of people that you're on the level with. You're on the same level as that group of people. Okay. So you right now in the present moment are dealing with somebody here who's not taking action, but you're still holding on to them even though there's a lack of action being taken. Tell me more about the Ten of Pentacles in the present moment for Leo. What do they need to know? What's happening here? Somebody here wants a commitment in the present moment, okay? That's why they're disconnecting from you or why you're disconnecting from them, because they're afraid of getting hurt. They're afraid of wasting time. Okay, so again, this is about talking about insecurities, talking about why there's a lack of consistency emotionally in the connection, which is leading to one of you or the other person wanting clarity on how the connection or relationship is going to move forward. Okay, and this is very similar to Scorpio. So some of you are dealing with a Scorpio or you have Scorpio really strong in your chart. I recommend going to watch the Scorpio reading, okay, if you are connected to Scorpio in some way, shape, or form. In the near future, there's a choice or a decision here. Tell me about the Seven of Swords in the near future for Leo. You have the Hangman, you have the Ace of Swords, and the Emperor. In the near future, there's a lot of this waiting, okay? The reason why there's a waiting game happening here is because somebody, and it could be a Pisces you're dealing with, possibly an Aries here. The reason why there's a lot of waiting is because someone here has already talked about it. Somebody here has already mentioned it. Somebody has already said, hey, are we getting married? Are we committing? Where are we going with this? And it's like, the beautiful thing that I see here for you, Leo, in the near future is that when you finally get clear on what you want, which means a commitment, stability, it's like you put it out into the universe and eventually there is going to be some sort of conversation, talks about, okay, so are we going to do this or are we not? The beautiful thing here is the Seven of Swords is in reverse. So somebody here is no longer insecure about trust issues. It's like they're now finally trusting. They don't need to look for signs. They don't need to listen to their intuition because they just know. And that's what's going to lead to a decision needing to be made, because when that solar eclipse finally happens, it needs 6 months. It needs 6 months to fully manifest, okay? So even if you are manifesting something or you're doing a spell in the present moment, it needs 6 months, right? So there's going to be a choice about whether or not we stay together and we finally have the happiness that we truly want, or are we just going to end things altogether? This is the choice, right? And this is what this solar eclipse is talking about. It's talking about, is the relationship that I'm currently entertaining, is it going to be solidified? Is it going to move to the next level? Because somebody here is tired of waiting. The Hangman is here in the near future and they want clarity from this. And this is, again, a common theme I'm getting for all the signs, because that solar eclipse is going to really show you, is this real or is it not? Somebody here is offering you love in the near future. The Queen of Pentacles and the Lovers, it could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. There's going to be a union, a coming together. You're going to make a choice. And the choice is, are we going to move together? Are we on the same path or are we separating here? So there's a crossroads here, okay? Not only for you, for many of the signs. And a lot of you, what you don't see coming is you're not giving to everybody or everything. You're only giving to those who can give you clarity. If someone cannot give you clarity on what they want, you're going to end up disconnecting anyways. And that's what I see a lot of you either doing in the present moment or what you may do in the near future, okay? So let's get some advice for you, Leo. What is the advice? So the advice is the Three of Swords in reverse. You have the Empress in reverse, and you have the Two of Cups in reverse. Your biggest piece of advice here is not to move forward in a relationship unless you've healed your trauma, your pain, trust issues. And this goes for both you and your person. The only true relationship or realizing a true relationship happens when there's nurturing involved in the connection. So if there's a lack of nurturing, if there's a lack of compassion, if there's a lack of understanding, this could be the reason why a relationship is not moving forward. I do strongly feel you want this. You want a commitment. You want to feel loved. And I think all of us deserve that, but there's steps that we need to take to get there. Your biggest piece of advice here is to identify the pain, the unresolved issues, not only within you, but between you and your person, or within your person. Somebody here is not completely healed. They need nurturing. They're looking for love. They're looking for somebody to pat them and pet them on the head and say, babe, it's going to be all right. This is what builds solid relationships. Really, truly being vulnerable, talking about our issues, talking about our fears, not discrediting ourselves. Just because you went through a bad situation doesn't mean you don't deserve love. This is about finding the right person who gets you, who understands your issues and doesn't judge you for that, but really is able to help you work through those traumas by incorporating the Empress energy. The Empress is in reverse here, and this is indicating that there needs to be more compassion, more loving, more nurturing in the connection to build it up to the point where there's more trust over time. And by the way, trust doesn't happen in one day. Like some of you may say, yeah, I am nurturing towards this person, but are you consistently nurturing towards them? Because if you're not, then this is what creates trust issues. A relationship needs constant reassurance. It needs constant input. Okay. It's like a job. You know, if I, do my job and I only come here and I do one reading a week, you're going to say, well, she's not being consistent. Maybe she doesn't love me. You know, I hear that all the time, right, in the comments. Well, maybe she doesn't like this sign. Maybe she doesn't like my sign because she didn't post my sign for 3 weeks. She has something against my sign. No, I don't. It's just that, you know, for me to completely being consistent with you, it is a process. It is a commitment, right? So your biggest piece of advice here is to recognize what it is that you need to work towards and what you need to nurture consistently in order to build a relationship up that has a potential for a commitment, which is what you're truly looking for. Okay. So Leo, this is what I have for you. I hope this reading helped. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.